Welcome to Business Max class. All of you have successfully completed the 10th standard and now you are entered into 11th standard and you have choose the group Business Max with Commerce. Isn't it? Students, in Business Max, the book is split into 2 volumes. The first volume will have 5 chapters and the volume 2 book will have remaining 5 chapters. So totally in 11th Business Max, you are going to read 10 chapters. Clear? Now in part 1 session, we are going to see the chapter number 5, Differential Calculus. Students, in Differential Calculus, you are having many formulas and more content, but I am not going to give you all together and I am not going to dump you. Okay? I will give you wherever we need formula and wherever we need that content, that time I will explain you. So that you will feel this chapter very easy. All of you are ready for this part 1 session? Yes. Students, in exercise 5.1 is very easy. We'll use some basic concept from the 10th standard. We'll apply here. Okay? So 5.1 is very easy and it is somewhat familiar to you also. Shall we start the session now? Yes, we'll start. We are now entering into chapter number 5, Differential Calculus. Before going into the content, I want to tell you what about the calculus. Calculus is a Latin word which means that pebbles or small stone used for calculation. The word calculation is derived from Latin word only. Clear? Clear all of you about calculus? Calculus means what? Pebbles, which means a small stone. They are used for calculation. This is a Latin word. Now we will enter into our topic. The first topic we are going to see is function. You all learned this topic in 10th standard, isn't it? Function. The same thing only here also we are going to see. But some extra content you will see here. Let x and y be 2 non-empty set of real numbers. See, non-empty set of real number they are given. So, non-empty means it should not be empty. It has to contain some elements. Okay, x should has to contain some element 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly, y should has to contain some element 6, 8, 9, 10. Like that element it has to contain. If there exists a rule f which associates to every element x belongs to x, a unique element, and y belongs to capital Y, then such a rule f is called a function. What they are saying, x is a unique element. See, now why they are saying x is a unique element means, suppose they were giving the question f of x and they have given find f of 2. What you will do here, unique element, you will apply instead of x you will apply 2. Isn't it? So they were saying x is a unique element, y belongs to capital Y, then such a rule f is called a function. So f is to capital X tends to y. The mapping, how can we write? F is 2. The double dot represent is 2. Capital X, this arrow mark represent tends to capital Y. Clear? Where capital X is called what? Domain. Capital Y is called what? Codomain of function. F means function. And the range is what? Everything, full f of x where it will contain? Contained or equal to capital Y. Clear? See, in 10th standard you have learned this, like this oval you will put, this side is domain and this side is the codomain, and you will draw some arrow mark, that is the range you have learned in 10th standard, isn't it? The same thing only you are also I am explaining here. Clear? Next we are having classification of functions. Okay, in this classification of functions are divided into 2. One is algebraic functions and another one is transcendental functions. Clear? Now we will see about algebraic functions and transcendental functions now. Now we are going to see about algebraic function and transcendental function. Algebraic function means what? Algebraic expression it has to have. Okay, algebraic expression using finite numbers of terms involving operations. What are the operations? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Clear? And the fractional powers also it will come in algebraic expression. Now you see that I have written the example y equal to 3x power 4 minus x cube plus 5x square minus 7 is a polynomial because it is having more than 3 terms. In from 8th standard onwards we have learned if one term it is binomial, one term means monomial, 2 term means binomial, 3 term means trinomial and more than 3 term means what? Polynomial, isn't it? So we are having more than 3 terms, so it is a polynomial or rational integral function we can say. Clear? Now you see the example 2. Y equal to x cube plus 7x minus 3 divided by 2x cube plus x square plus 1 is a rational number because rational number will be in what form? P by Q form, isn't it? Rational number will be in the form of P by Q. P denotes what? Numerator and Q denotes the denominator. So it is in P by Q form, no? So it is a rational function. The third example is square root. So it is an irrational function. So in 9th standard and 10th standard you have learned about irrational numbers you have learned. Irrational number is nothing but what? Root 3, root 2, root 5, pi. These are what? Irrational numbers. So since we have root here is a irrational function. Clear all of you about algebraic function? The next function is transcendental function. Transcendental function means a function which is not algebraic. Okay? Clear all of you? A function which is not algebraic is called as transcendental function. Okay? It should not be algebraic. Okay, now you see the example sin x tan 2x. Sin tan where it will come? You have learned in 10th standard no sin tan. Where we have learned? Yes, you have learned in trigonometry. So sin x tan 2x are trigonometric functions. Clear? Then D, sine inverse of x. If I write like this sine, if I write in the top, if I put minus and I write 1 means, then this is what? Sine inverse you have to say. Sine inverse of x, cos inverse of x. These are inverse trigonometric function. This is also a trigonometric function. But we are having here inverse minus 1. In sine top, if you are writing minus 1 means that is inverse. Sine inverse of x, cos inverse of x are inverse trigonometric functions. Clear? Next, e power x, 2 power x power x or exponential functions. Exponents means powers. Powers means what? 2 power 3, 2 power 5. These are what? Powers, isn't it? So, are exponential functions. Next, last one is log base a x comma log base e sin x. This you have to read log base e sin x. Clear? Like this you have to read. So are logarithmic functions. Clear? Logarithmic in the here itself it is coming. These are logarithmic functions. Next we are going to see about even and odd functions. With that topic, we can start our exercise 5.1. We are going to see about even and odd functions. A function f of x is said to be an even function of x if f of minus x is equal to f of x. Students, if one function is even means for that we have to put f of minus x. We have to get the same f of x. If you are getting means then it is an even function. Now see the even function example here. F of x equal to x square. That is our question. What I am telling? F of minus x. So wherever you are having x, you have to substitute minus x. Clear? So f of minus x is equal to x square means what? Instead of x, I have to put now minus x. Can you able to understand? So minus x, here I am having square, I am writing here square. Minus x the whole square means what? Minus x into minus x. Minus minus will become positive. X into x is x square. So now f of minus x equal to x square we got. Isn't it? What is that x square here? F of x. So f of minus x is equal to f of x we have got. It is an even function. We are telling that f of minus x is equal to f of x if you are getting. It is an even function I have told you here. Isn't it? See the question f of x equal to x square students. First we have to substitute minus x. Wherever you are having x, there you have to put minus x. See, instead of this x, I am writing here minus x. Instead of this x, I am writing minus x. Since I am having square, the square. Minus x into minus x, which is minus minus plus, I am getting x square. Now x square is what? F of x. So f of minus x is equal to f of x. So f of minus x equal to f of x we are getting means it is an even function. Clear? Next we will see the odd function. A function f of x is said to be an odd function of x if f of minus x is equal to minus f of x you have to get. Clear? F of minus x is equal to minus f of x we have to get. Clear? For even and odd function we have to put wherever x you are having you have to put minus x there. For both even and odd function. Being even function, when you are substituting minus x, by that time you are getting same f of x means it is an even function. When you are substituting minus x, that time you are getting minus f of x means it is an odd function. Clear? Now see the odd function example. Now the question is f of x is equal to x cube. Now what I told, instead of x you have to put minus x. See, I have written minus x the whole cube, which means what? Minus x into minus x into minus x. So everything if you multiply, what we will get? Minus into minus plus, plus into minus is minus. So x cube I am getting. So now this side we are having f of minus x. This minus I am writing as such. Then x cube is what? F of x value. X cube is equal to f of x. So in the place of x cube I am writing here f of x. This minus I am writing here. Now you see here f of minus x is equal to minus f of x we are getting this. So which means f of x equal to x cube is what? Odd function. Clear? Now this is not the example, this is a rule. Cos x is always an even function. Similarly sin x is always an odd function. Clear? Now we are entering into the exercise 5.1. Friends, now we are going to see exercise 5.1. In that first question, first subdivision we are going to see now. In first subdivision, in first question totally we are having 5 subdivision. I am going to do 3 subdivision and the remaining 2 subdivision you are going to do as homework. Now we will see the first subdivision. The question is f of x equal to a power x minus 1, a power x plus 1. Okay, we want to find whether this function is an odd function or even function we want to find. So, for odd function means what? F of minus x is equal to minus f of x. If you are getting means it is an odd function. F of minus x is equal to f of x if you are getting it is an even function. We have seen now, isn't it? So, based on that only we are going to do. See, f of minus x. Wherever you are having x here, you just substitute minus x. Okay, f of minus x is equal to a, here instead of x I am writing minus x, minus 1 divided by, here a, here x I am having, so I am writing minus x plus 1. Students, in 8th standard exponents and power chapter you have learned one formula, isn't it? A power minus x means how can we write that? 1 divided by a power x, positive x it will become. Okay, we have learned in the lower class. The same thing we are going to apply here. A power minus x means 1 divided by a power positive x. So minus 1. Since I don't have the denominator, I am itself considering as 1. The next here also a power minus x. So a power minus x means 1 divided by a power x. Plus 1, here no denominator, I am writing plus 1. The next step I am doing the cross multiplication. 1 into 1 is 1. A power x minus 1 is a power x. In between minus or minus 1. So when in cross multiplication, we have to go from right to left, left to right, and you have to multiply the denominator part. So a power x into 1 is a power x. Similarly, we are going to do the denominator also. See now, here we are having denominator 1 into 1 is 1. A power x into 1 is a power x divided by denominator a power x into 1 is a power x. See here one numerator, one division, denominator also division. So in middle we are having whole division, which means what? This term you have to write here as such. This denominator part will become reciprocal in the next step. So we can write a power x divided by 1 plus a power x. So this a power x and a power x will get cancelled. Remaining is what? 1 minus a power x divided by 1 plus a power x. Now you see here we have to get either f of x or else we have to get minus f of x. To get here minus f of x, I am taking here x minus commonly. Clear? From this step I am taking the minus commonly out. If I take minus commonly out, I am writing this a of a power x first. So then I am writing that 1 here. In between why I am writing minus means since I am taking minus commonly, so if you multiply and see minus into a power x is what? Minus a power x we are having. Minus into minus is what? Plus 1. Here plus 1 only we are having in numerator. See here plus 1. So then denominator 1 plus 2 is what? 2 plus 1 is what? Same. So I am writing a power x plus 1. Now you see a power x minus 1 divided by a power x plus 1 is what? I am writing this minus here. Then this full term is what? That is our question, f of x. So this full term I am writing f of x. Now first we have written that side f of minus x. So f of minus x is equal to minus f of x we have got. Therefore f of x is an odd function. Clear? This is very simple and easy. Next we will see the second subdivision. This is the second subdivision. F of x is equal to log x square plus square root of x square plus 1. See what we have to do the first step. We have to put instead of x we have to put minus x. Okay. Now I am substituting everywhere minus x. I am writing a log, instead of this x I am writing minus x the whole square plus this instead of this x I am writing minus x the whole square plus 1. Okay, is equal to log this minus x the whole square means what? Minus x into minus x. Minus x into minus x is what? Plus x square. So I am writing here plus x square plus square root of here also minus x the whole square we are having, which means minus x into minus x. So minus x into minus is positive x square plus 1. Now you see this part, this is what part? This is f of x part. So now f of minus x is equal to f of x we have got. So f of minus x is equal to f of x means it is odd function or even function? Yes, it is even function. So you have to write the answer. F of x is an even function. Clear? Next we will see the third subdivision. In third subdivision, the question is f of x is equal to sin x plus cos x. First step we have to do in minus x. Means wherever we are having x, we have to just substitute minus x. So f of minus x is equal to sin, means here x we are having, I am written minus x. Plus cos, instead of this x I am writing minus x. Clear? And in previous example, in odd or even function I have written notes, no. For that example I have written, no, sin x is an odd function, cos x is an even function. That is a rule. Okay. Now since sin x is an odd function, so odd means you have to put minus. So sin minus x is minus sin x. Why? Means sin x is an odd function. For that we are writing here minus sin x. But if you see here, cos minus x is an what? Even function. So this cos minus x has become positive. Since it is even, so it has become positive. I am writing here cos x. Clear? I am taking from the two term minus commonly. If I take minus commonly out, so this here sin x, this plus will become minus. So if you multiply minus sin x, we are getting minus into minus is plus cos x will get. Now you see students, here sin x minus cos x we are having. But our f of x is what? Sin x plus cos x. Clear? So which is not equal to, once if minus is coming outside, then it should be an even function, isn't it? So, but here it is not equal to minus f of x, because our f of x is not this. Our f of x is sin x plus cos x. But we have got the answer is what? Sin x minus cos x. So, f of minus x is not equal to minus f of x. This is what function? This is odd function. So, the third subdivision is not odd function. Similarly, f of minus x is not equal to f of x. We are not getting odd function. We are not getting even function. Both the functions we are not getting here. So, you have to write f of minus x is neither even nor odd function you have to write. Clear students? Clear? Now the third subdivision is neither even nor not, which means what? Nothing. No, here. Even is not there, and similarly odd is also not there. Clear? Now fourth and fifth subdivision you are going to do the homework. I will write and put the question now. Second question. Let f be defined by f of x equal to x cube minus kx square plus 2x, comma, x belongs to capital R. What do you mean by capital R? Capital R is nothing but it is the real numbers. Find k if f is an odd function. They have given f of x and they will say that f of x is an odd function. With that we have to find the value of k. See, now we will go for the solution. Given f of x is equal to x cube minus kx square plus 2x is our question. In question itself they have given f is an odd function. So since f is an odd function, what is the formula for odd function? F of minus x is equal to minus f of x. So I am going to find first f of minus x. See, wherever I am having x, instead of that x I am going to substitute minus x. So minus x, minus x, minus x I am going to put. So minus x the whole cube, minus k into minus x the whole square, plus 2 into, instead of this x, minus x. Now minus x the whole cube means what? X minus x into minus x into minus x. So we will get minus x cube only answer. So students, if the powers are in odd numbers, you will get the negative sign. If the powers are in even numbers, you will get the positive sign. That you know from the lower class itself, isn't it? Now we will see next. K minus minus k, your power is positive, sorry, even number, so we are getting positive. So we are getting plus x square minus, plus into minus is minus 2x we have got. Clear? Next step what I am going to do is, we know now f of minus x. We know f of minus x is equal to minus f of x is the odd function. One more time I have written here. See, f of minus x, what value we have found here? Minus x cube minus kx square minus 2x. Right here. Equal to. In formula minus, so I have written minus. F of x. In question, f of x value what they have given? Right here. Now, take this minus inside. Minus x cube minus into plus is what? Minus. So, right here minus. Minus into minus is plus. Minus into plus is minus. The left hand side you have to write as such. Clear? In the next step, we are taking this term, this right hand side fully to the left hand side, which means the sign will change. Minus means it will become plus, plus means it will become negative. So if they all the terms went to left hand side, this left and right hand side will be what? Equal to 0. Now minus x cube and plus x cube cancel, minus 2x and plus 2x cancel, then remaining is what? Minus kx square minus kx square. So we are having 2kx square. So I have written minus 2kx square. In question we need only k value. So I am keeping this k, remaining all the terms I am bringing down. 0 divided by minus 2x square. Any number divided by 0, the answer is what? 0. So therefore k is equal to 0. We have found the value of k is what now? 0. Clear? Next we will see the third question. Next in exercise 5.1 we are going to see the third question. They have given the question, if f of x equal to x cube minus 1 divided by x cube, then show that f of x plus f of 1 by x equal to 0. Clear? We have to show that f of x plus f of 1 by x equal to 0 we want to show. See the solution we are going to do now. Given f of x equal to x cube minus 1 divided by x cube. Take that as equation 1. Why we are taking this as equation 1 means we have to know what is f of x value here, but we are adding the value here. So I have marked here 1. Next, what we have to add with this f of x? F of 1 by x we have to add. So you see in the f we are having in the bracket instead of x I am having now 1 by x, isn't it? So if x means here x. Here 1 by x means in the place here 1 by x, in the place 1 by x you have to write. Clear students? Since we are having x, so in the answer also we are having x and x. Suppose here minus x means you will write here also minus. Since here we are having 1 by x, so here also you have to write 1 by x, here also you have to write 1 by x. Clear? That only I have written down. See, instead of x cube I have written 1 divided by x the whole cube minus this one numerator 1 divided by, instead of x what I have to do now? 1 by x I have to substitute. 1 by x the whole cube I have written. Clear? Now f of 1 by x is equal to, now this cube is for numerator and as well as for the denominator. So 1 cube is what? 1 only. So I have written 1 divided by x cube is what? X cube minus numerator 1 I have written whole divided by, similarly 1 cube is 1, x the whole cube is x cube. Students, I have told you for numerator 1 division, the whole division, then denominator another division means what this term it will become? It will become reciprocal. Clear? The next step we have written in reciprocal form. So now if you see f of 1 by x is equal to 1 divided by x cube, that there 1 divided by x cube, that x cube will become reciprocal. So it will come to numerator. So x cube divided by 1. 1 if you want you can write, otherwise you can leave it. It is understood that in denominator part we are having 1. Now in the question they are given f of x plus f of 1 by x equal to 0 we want to show. We know now f of x value we know f of 1 by x value also. Now we have to add 1 and 2. Since I am adding 1 and 2, what is the left hand side there? F of x. Here left hand side is f of 1 by x equal to f of x is the value is x cube minus 1 divided by x cube. In middle we are having plus, so plus f of 1 by x is 1 divided by x cube minus x cube. So minus x cube and positive x cube will get cancelled. Similarly 1 divided by x cube is positive. Here 1 divided by x cube is negative. So this 2 will get cancelled, this 2 will get cancelled. So nothing is there, so we will getting 0. What? Hence proved, you have to write the last line. Clear, students? Hence proved, we have to write the last line. With this, part 1 session is over. We will continue the remaining problems in part 2 session. Thank you, students. Do the homework correctly. Students, how you are going to write your classwork is, see what are the things I have taught, everything with introduction, with chapters, you are going to follow a classwork in unruled notebook. Use to take 2 notebook. One notebook used for classwork and another notebook you use for homework. Clear? Continuously you have to write. See all the problems, since of no space I am drawing line, I am writing the remaining part here. But in your classwork you have to write below, one below the other. Okay, after the second problem is over, draw the line. After third problem over means draw the line. How you have written in 10th standard, the same method only you are going to write your classwork. Clear? You should not supposed to draw like this, and you should not write this side. You have to write continuously. After this step, below you have to write this step, then below this, and you have to write vertically. Clear? You have to maintain your classwork with neat and good presentation. Thank you, students.